Hello, welcome to Comfy Cozy Up. So today is about my romance love top 5 books that I can not stop thinking about, memorable, and I've read 35 romances here. It's a lot, and these are the 5 that I felt were the best of the crop, so, and for different reasons. I connect to the stories differently, and they have these messages and these beautiful things that happen. So the first one is definitely one that made me think in terms of, really, would that be even a possibility? But that is Jane Austen's Good Time. And it deals with marriages that happen without thinking. There's the quick marriage, or it's a arranged marriage, or marriage at first sight, or marrying somebody that you known a brief minute, and then after you get married, you getting to know the person. And this is where that story comes in, and I just was like, whoa, I don't know if I could see myself in this, but it's done in a way where I like, because a lot of times when you read books where characters get married like this, it's a lot of times it's not positive. It's where the men tend to be very much aggressive and potentially abusive, or it just ends in disaster, or this idea that you must know the person for a very long time before you enter into marriage. That idea. This one was a totally different take on it, but done in a way where it shows a positive outcome, and I loved it. It was beautiful. It was sexy. It was funny. And I really enjoyed this one, so yeah, definitely check it out. The next one on my list is very much a different take as well. Never read anything with characters who have certain kind of mental issues, and this one is called The Kiss Quotient. And this I felt was different because the main character, female, has a form of autism, and she has issues with being social with someone, and that goes into social intimacy with a man, and she hires someone to help her with that, and somewhat created this fake relationship that become more than just a fake relationship, blossom into something else. I thought it was very much entertaining, but it also was beautiful, and to see that how she was able to create this character that overcome, or not even just overcome, but learn how to do certain things, learn how to be intimate with a man, and it has problematic elements in it, but it's one of those books that I felt like I understood how it could be problematic. But in real life, things like that could potentially happen with characters who are struggling with certain things, who are using sex for certain things, whether it's for money or whether it's for some kind of personal gain. It's there, but I loved it. It was just different, but I loved the story. Now, third on the list is the most recent I added, which was Disgrace by Brittany Sherry, and this book was amazing. I read this book, like most of it, the first 300 pages in one sitting. I was up all night just reading it because it just grabbed a hold of me from the get-go. And this story deals with small town situations of a religious town, and how sometimes people can be judgmental, and how you have 2 broken characters who are struggling with themselves, struggling with their faith, and in their family as well, and how they attract each other. That kind of broken situation made them come together, but they also was able to realize that they have issues that they themselves that they need to deal with. And in order to do that, you have to separate, and you have to work on yourself in order to make a relationship becomes what you want. And I love this. It was definitely a page turner. It was definitely very emotional, and Brittany Sherry tends to like to write about emotional men. That's her thing, and if you read any of her books, you know that. And I love it. It was just so well done. It was nice. It was just a story that I definitely won't forget. And I do feel like a lot of people would enjoy this one. Now, the last 2 authors are the most read this year. I felt like I was so much into them. I love how their stories were different and shocking. So the first one is Penelope Douglas, and she was like that author this year that shocked the heck out of me. Made me realize, oh, I can do dark romance. It's okay. And I read several of her books, and the one that I was like, to me, really enjoyed the most was Birthday Girl. And Birthday Girl is one of those relationship that you kind of question, how did that happen? Or you might have some kind of more dilemma about them. But she did the story in such a way that you understood how this happened, how this is possible, and how you want them to be together. You want these characters to be. And it's just amazing how she's tapped into these romance that are very much, you see people, you wonder, you look at them, you're like, how the hell these people got together? And she's able to write about those kind of relationship that seems complicated, but not really. It's still romance, and it's still ways to connect to somebody, even if society might not think that's, you know, the way to go. But I loved it, and I think she's really one of those authors that I just want to read all her books. I just want to read them all. The last one on my list is definitely an author that I've reviewed pretty much all the books except for this book, and that is Broken Clock. Now, I picked this book up back in, I believe in January. I think I read it either end of January or beginning of February, and it is a book that I never thought was going to be that much impactful, because last year I read 3 of her other books, and I remember thinking, oh, she's just the queen of the ends, because her ending always gets you. She always gets you at the end, and she surely did this in this book, because this book left me in tears. I was crying after I finished reading this book. It was just like, no, she did not just do that to me. She did not just do that to me, and she did. She created a story that is surrounded with this idea that a broken clock is right twice. And to me, it makes me think about certain situations, and how sometimes you have this twist of fate and things that happen that you didn't expect. And then when you get in that moment and something happened and you're like, oh my God, but you still have those memories and those ideas that anything is still possible. That situation still left you with hope, with desires and things that, you know, although it may not have been what you wanted, it left an imprint, a positive imprint on you. And this story just dealt with that in terms of grief and loss and want, and, you know, certain kind of memories that can last forever and that can really influence your life. And, you know, and it's a story that I feel like may have different impact on people, like different. A person might read this story and think totally different from what I may think, because there's certain things you can take away from the story that might mean different things to people. And that's how I felt about this. Danielle Allen is definitely somebody that I feel is the kind of author that I feel like I can connect so much to her stories one way or the other. Or I love that she put messages in her stories. You know, messages that may not be relevant to me as an older adult, but maybe, you know, somebody who's younger might connect to some. And then there are those where I could definitely relate to as someone who's dating and who is, you know, completely want to connect with someone. So she has those, but in this particular story, it's completely different from the other ones that I've reviewed. But I would say pick it up. If I was to say out of all the books, this is my favorite so far from her, and I couldn't find anything wrong with it, you know. So yeah, Broken Clock, guys. So anyway, this is all the books I want to talk about today, and I am definitely going to be doing my top 10, which is basically all genres. And yeah, if you've read any of these books, let me know. How did you like them? How you felt about them? Leave it in the description bar, and comment section, and I will definitely you know, check out you know. What am I saying right now? Yeah, guys, I'm out. Thanks for watching, and bye.